All right, how you doing, Mr. Deejay? I always say all right. I think it's going to be a little bit of a cliche. I say it's like I default to the word all right when I start a video. I just go ahead and maybe just plunge right into it. Just say 60's YouTube channel, Mr. DJ got another Lost 45. Oh, it is Lost. Outsourcing Billboard's Hot 100 the week of May the 14th, 1966. This song did not make top 40, but during that week, May 14th, 1966, song went, well, it crawled from number 67 to number 65. Shangri-La's He Cried. A reworking of the Jay and the Americans classic, She Cried. Their version went to number 5. That was in 1962. That was before Jay Black became the lead singer of the group, if I remember correctly. If you read about the history of the Shangri-La's, I have to confess I haven't read much about the history of the Shangri-La's, a little bit, but the little bit that I've read about the Shangri-La's, you're going to come across this guy's name, Shadows Morton. He produced a lot of their stuff. His real name is George Morton. George Morton wrote one of their biggest hits, Remember Walking in the Sand. He wrote that. George Morton did. I'll just call him Shadows Morton. Guess who played on the demo of that record? Played the piano, the distinctive piano on that record. You're not going to believe it. Billy Joel, teenager named Billy Joel, played on the demo. Not sure if he actually played on the hit version of the record, but you know, he's one of these background figures that later became very big later on, way on down the road. Leader of the Pack, one of their biggest hits. Love the sound effects in this on this song. It was produced by Shadows Morton. He worked with Ellie Greenwich and Jeff Berry on this record. Jeff Berry and Ellie Greenwich, classic Brill building songwriters back in the early '60s. Along with Andy Kim, Jeff Berry would write and produce Sugar Sugar, Jingle Jangle, Who's Your Baby, all those hit records by the Archies in the late '60s, early '70s. But in the early '60s, he was writing songs with Ellie Greenwich, and it was a profitable enterprise for them. Another hit record by the Shangri-La's, Give 'Em a Great Big Kiss. Remember that one? That was a nice record. And Shadows Morton came back and wrote another hit record by the Shangri-La's. I don't know if anybody remembers this. This was like from around the summer of '65, maybe the fall of '65. I Could Never Go Home Anymore. Man, that was a sort of a melodramatic record. If I remember correctly, the lead singer just sort of talked and sang, and that was it. The song just ended cold. And they came out with She Cried. Well, He Cried, rather. The Shangri-La's did. Spring of 1966. Here it is. Definitely a record collector's item. Shangri-La's with She Cried. Or He Cried, rather.